What up, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's one of those, saying, surprise things, the OG Tuesday tantrum. Um, because we got folks out here, being real petty right now. Petty and pitiful. Throwing pity parties. So,
Yo, what's going on?
what's happening? What's happening, youngin? And I'm just gonna, I ain't gonna hold y'all long. I know a lot of people, you still listening to Mad Mike, you tuning in and whatnot. I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Some folks, getting ready to go into work. Some folks just getting off work. Some folks going to lunch. But I just want to speak a little piece on this Matthew Judan bullshit, pity party bullshit.
Speaking of bullshit, I'm glad I'm off work today. The hell y'all talking about?
Because this Matthew Judan pity party, it's sad, and like me and Ant was just we were just discussing it. You really mad because you sitting out there in free agency purgatory. What it boils down to, and you at a celebrity basketball game now, saying, I'm disgusted and they didn't use me right. But you played 668 snaps.
Right.
All right. And of those 668 snaps, yeah, you will put in some, unnecessary, formations and schemes. Yeah, dropping back in pass coverage. It's all that shit, at least 10, 11 times. But you still had 150, 250 plus snaps to pass to rush, rush the passer, and you didn't get it done.
Nope.
You didn't get it done. And the outlier on that is most of those times you were against average right tackles, bro. Average right tackles. Not superstar right tackles. Average right tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you sitting out there in free agency purgatory, ain't nobody called you. You ain't getting no invites. Just go and turn your paperwork in.
So my question is this: why does he keep posting all these pictures wearing all this Falcon shit? What are you trying to prove?
You wanted to. He did want to be back, but
I think this draft told
it's obvious. It's obvious that we're going with the youth movement.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's obvious. All right. And we're not finna put another 15 million into a 32, 33-year-old, 34-year-old outside linebacker. Clearly that has lost several steps. Clearly. Not happening.
Not doing it.
It's not happening. I mean, at this point, just based off the video documented evidence, I wouldn't even give you the vet minimum.
Right.
For what?
I just wouldn't. I wouldn't even give you the vet minimum. You know what I'm saying? It's sadly. It's sadly. Now, it's a lot that could be. There's enough blame to go around for, for last season defensively. There's a lot. If y'all heard me, last week, about the things that should not happen. We again, the defensive linemen and things that's just dropping up in the coverage. Defensive backs playing 20 yards off the line, all of that there. you know, personnel not being used correctly. All of that there. All of that there.
Yeah.
All of that. But for you, Matthew Judan, to get in front of a microphone in the off season and pull your diaper down and have a whole pity party, a whole pity party. No, bro, no.
Coming from a
You
guy who
you gave us 5.5 sacks.
Yep.
Five.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 sacks.
No. Come on, man.
The numbers are in the article.
So who had the most sacks on the defense last year?
Would that be Evan Katie? Did Evan Katie have the most sacks?
The one everybody been shitting on, by the way. But we
Yeah.
ain't finna,
You know. I mean, you know, the sack situation was an outlier. It was blaring, true.
Right.
But as far as this guy against some pretty average right tackles.
And still couldn't get no pressure.
No, you had 250 plus sacks, snaps, and you produced 5.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss.
Yep.
Let that sink in.
That's why I'm glad we signed Leonard Floyd. Because I'm like, all these fans telling me, well, we should get Judan and Leonard Floyd. For what? What y'all need both of them for?
Some people might say, well, they close the same. Well, Leonard Floyd is in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not somebody that you're gonna, have out there, all 3 downs. He's gonna be out there and he's gonna be in personnel situationally. That is the entire log-in difference, right? And get his production like that, and then he coming in and also gonna be able to be a mentor. You know what I'm saying, to these youngins. Now, and my thing also, because it kind of sort of connects a little bit. I'm really trying to understand why is it so hard for these people to hold Raheem accountable for the shit show?
I don't know. Cause I'm on damn X and all I see is, well,
You know,
and all this. I said, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
how?
I'm like, what the hell did y'all watch last year to tell me that was Jimmy Lake's defense? Come on now, we ain't stupid.
We on this scapegoat minded crap. Jimmy Lake was taken down for last season's debacle. Everybody know where I stood on that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Homer Simpson to have a pink slip.
Yeah, you did say that. Yep.
Okay. I wanted him to have a pink slip. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, as it were, how it went down, how everything played out. He's here. And he got his, he got his quote unquote best friend, Uncle Jesse, in him. And his tenure, his second go round tenure as an Atlanta Falcons coaching staff member has not gotten off to a very positive start. But we all know why it is. Right now, we're going to stay on top of Matthew Judan's head. Now, franchise, why don't you give your assessment of the situation?
I'm more like, okay, he only got 5.5 sacks. Okay, fine, but it's the other plays that I'm more angry about. And you're not, in the play. You just standing there. And people they use sacks as it's a glorified stat that people misuse. It's the pressures that make the defense, not just sacks.
Wow.
Disrupting the line of scrimmage.
Say that one more
Disrupting
time,
the
Doc.
line of scrimmage.
Say that one more time.
Yeah.
It's getting pressure on the quarterback, not just sacks that makes the defense.
Wow.
Because what happens when you get sacked, when you get pressures? Now he has to move out there, he has to move, and then you never know. Somebody else might be coming. If you get pressure up the middle,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't doing that.
Boy.
You all the way out here and shit, and all you doing falling on the fucking ground and stuff, looking all goofy and shit. You don't go sit your old ass down somewhere.
I know y'all seen the clip where we played the Commanders, and that fan had that phone in his hand, and he trying to throw this phone and shit. I know y'all seen that.
Yeah. Ghost Peppers, you're dead on. You're dead on. This is an outlier right here.
Damn.
He dropped into coverage on 27% of his pass snaps in his career, the third highest rate among edge defenders since 2016. 1,000 pass snaps. Now, again, should he have been in those situations? Most notably on this past season, no. You had we wasted a third round pick.
Yep.
And again, even with all of that and the dumbness and the pity party that he said, this still has a fluorescent lime green arrow pointed at Homer Simpson.
Yep.
It just, if you're a head coach,
yep,
all right, touted as a defensive minded guy at that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you with the personnel that you have, you're supposed to use the personnel that you have at what they're best at.
So let me
if
ask
I'm
you
not mistaken.
So if you sitting back there watching the shit show, and you're a coach, shouldn't your job to fix it instead of keep watching it?
Fact. Here's the reason why I wanted Homer Simpson to have a pink slip when the season ended.
Yep.
I mean, from the Kirk Cousins debacle to the second half defensive collapse, all of that. To situational play calling, all of that.
Don't forget the timeouts too.
Well, Christy, it was he was at a celebrity celebrity charity basketball game that he played in. And they during a little after everything was over with, everybody was doing interviews and whatnot, and they asked him a question about why he hasn't been signed yet. And he particularly, started in on this and wanted to blame us as the reason why he ain't been signed yet. And listed all these things about how he was used wrong and all of that there. And again, 668 snaps on last season. All right. In what was it, over 328 passing situations,
Right.
passing, pass rush snaps, and you produce five sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Again, against some pretty average right tackles.
Yep.
But yet you're out here, screaming the sky's falling on misusage. But yet you still had opportunity. Yeah, you was out there in some situations where you shouldn't have been dropping in coverage. All that, nobody's denying that. But you still had opportunities to rush the passer, and you did not get it done.
That's why your ass is gone now.
That's why he's still sitting out there in free agency purgatory.
He won all this. He won all this Falcon gear. Like he don't like they don't bring his ass back.
And that's true fact that Judge Tate, boy. When you give somebody the opportunity, what I'm saying, to do the job, you know what I'm saying? And man, look. Jimmy Lake was shitted on.
Yeah.
He was thrown up under the bus. No doubt about it. But like I said, there's plenty of blame to go around in this here defensive situation.
Oh yeah.
It's plenty. You know what I'm saying? You from Judan's standpoint, again, 150 plus 328, snaps total actually in pass rush situations, and again against pretty average, for the most part, some average right tackles, and you wasn't getting it done. You didn't get it done. You didn't produce. You didn't make no type of impact, no consistent impact. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a fact.
Yep.
Video documented evidence to that fact.
Uh-huh.
So again, sometimes you have to put the mirror up in front of your face and look at yourself and say, okay, I didn't get the job done.
Yep.
You stole $15 million from the Atlanta Falcons.
Yep. Sure did.
Now, you know what I'm saying, in recognizing the reality, Dirty Birds are going with the youth movement.
Yep.
These are the facts. These are the realities of what is going on in Flowery Branch right now.
Right.
Is you to sit up in front of a microphone and say it's the organization's fault that you didn't produce?
Oh, hell no.
That's a whole lot of bitch assness. That's a whole lot of bitch assness. A whole lot. Not just with him, you know what I'm saying? Raheem, there was a lot of misusage of personnel. You can't dismiss that, but at the same time, but you had opportunity, you had chances. You had chances. Now, franchise. What do you think would be a helpful resolution to his particular problem?
Oh Lord.
Who? Judan?
Yeah.
Man, if his old ass was gone and retired, bro. I mean, that's what I see in his near future. Just go on, sit down, my boy, because it didn't look good for you last year.
Nope.
And like you said, you basically stole $15 million from us.
Exactly. Sure did.
You know what, Brian Peoples?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah,
That's it. They
yeah.
dangled the carrot in front of us, and we snagged on that bitch.
So y'all don't forget that he was sitting out in camp, wasn't he? Y'all remember that? He was walking around with uniform on, ain't doing nothing but just standing there. Didn't give a damn. Not one bit.
And he got to him.
Yeah. Now, there's a whole lot of wham going on. You know what I'm saying in that little article.
Yeah.
I'm just it still brings me back to the question of why people refuse to hold Raheem accountable for his lack of leadership, his lack of accountability, his lack of doing his job.
Because they want to kiss his ass every time he do something. But then when the shit goes sideways, they always want to point the finger at somebody else. Like last season, for example.
Yeah.
I know what
You mean?
I know what the hell I watched on TV last year. Trust me.
Yeah, that happened, people. That did happen. Matter of fact, I think that might have been the reason why New England sent him packing to us.
Was that a clip of that or something?
Yeah, when him and Mayo got into it in training camp.
It was on Twitter and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, I already knew. I already knew they was on part ways after that.
Yeah, Chris. Because we're on defense, especially defensive wise. We're going with the youth movement. Now he probably is in his feelings, because he, not just us. Nobody's calling him, nobody's faxing him, nobody's inviting him into, in nobody's training camp.
Not even a workout.
Not even workout.
Yeah. So I mean, he's in his feelings, and they want to try to throw us under the bus because of his lack of production, his lack of impact. And bro, no, you can't put that totally on the organization. You got to take the brunt of that.
Hey, I'm gonna say this: feelings ain't gonna help you get better as a player. I'm just saying.
Because there's too much video documented evidence. Where you ain't beating nobody, and you get. I saw that boy I saw him get pancaked a couple of times last year.
That's what I mean. Yep, he got pancaked.
Okay, you are on film getting pancaked, dog.
Well, they was calling him aha pancakes, boy.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? You sit out him, and pull your diaper down and cry in a river about your lack of production.
Yep.
328 pass situation snaps and five sacks. 5 sacks.
Yep.
5. Okay. How is that anybody else's fault except for yours?
Yeah.
How is that anybody else's fault besides yours that you ain't read the writing on the fucking wall?
How many times did he jump off sides last year? Do y'all remember?
Oh man.
Come on, bro.
He got
come on now.
And two of those was in one game.
Yeah. So you telling me? Yeah. But had a nerve to get mad at us. Get the hell out of here.
People said even though Raheem didn't put him in the best position on the field, but bruh,
Oh,
you an all pro. You got enough credibility to tell the coaches that you had a problem with the game plan and scheme. Facts.
yeah, Mad Mike did mention
Facts.
Grady Jarrett too. Now he did mention Grady Jarrett on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah. And from a leadership standpoint, there was enough veterans on that defense
All right,
for somebody to say something during the season during of the shit show.
that man said Jesse Bates had a whole DB meeting with all the DBs. What did that tell you?
Oh yes, every week,
So,
every week.
but for Grady Jarrett to say same shit, different year, then I already knew exactly what the hell was gonna happen.
Man, you know, just to keep it plain about Grady Jarrett, fuck him, and he gonna play in traffic in Chicago in the blizzard.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Okay, real talk. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? You were more concerned about getting paid than you were about being a leader and winning.
Yep.
All right. So I'm as far as Grady Jerry concerned, fuck him. He ain't here no more. Good riddance and all of that. Every cliche is kiss my ass that you could put into that sentence. As far
Yep.
as Grady Jerry is concerned, you as bad as things got in the second half of the season, not one time did Grady Jarrett walk in front of a microphone and put the defensive coaching staff and the head coach on blast about Nathan.
Nope.
About nothing. Okay, and the same should be said about Judan. The same. Why wait until the off season to say anything about anything? Where was this during the season when the fuckery was going on during the season?
Quiet as a damn church mouse.
Where was it?
Nowhere near to be found.
Okay, we out here and in games and the defense is getting you giving up 38, 42, 47, uh, 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 uh 39, 29. You know what I'm saying? And blowing leads as well. Where was the accountability from the leaders, from the veterans on the defense? Well, y'all, you wait till you ain't got no check. You know what I'm saying? Or to going to get a check somewhere else to say something about the team.
You notice how Jesse Bates ain't said. You notice how Jesse Bates staying quiet, right?
Jesse Bates is a leader,
Right.
and he's accountable for him and that back end.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a real leader.
And he leads by his words. He leads by example on the damn field.
Thank you.
Okay. Ghostweb said, "OG, there's a reason he remains unsigned. Although I don't like how we dropped Judan in coverage so much. I don't like that for no pass rusher. Obviously, it was clear Judan had no juice last year, no explosion. It's called old age and rheumatism.
Yep.
Father Time
Yes.
is undefeated. He's undefeated.
Yes. Especially in football. Especially in football. Especially on defense, you will see. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Raymond? You know what I'm saying? You will see a guy. You know what I mean? In any position on the defense, and you would automatically easily be able to tell. Okay, it's time for you to move on in life.
Uh-huh.
It's easy to see from DN to interior defensive linemen to linebackers to defensive backs. Easy. And that also was part of the problem on last season. And I'm gonna keep saying this. You looked like hot garbage against some pretty average right tackles.
Damn, it's hot as shit out here.
Okay, bro, they wasn't even chipping you with running backs and tight ends. Okay, that let that sink in.
No threat.
None. But you want to go? They didn't use me right. You know that could account for maybe 2% of your argument, maybe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As to why you didn't produce. That could count for maybe 2%. Maybe 2%.
That's not telling the whole story.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But you go and you look at that film, and you're out there, and I think over the course of the season, you may have went against. Let's keep it a buck. You may have went against maybe 4 All-Pro right tackles over the course of the season. 4 out of 16 games. You got pancaked, okay, a few times. You got mauled. You got moved out of the play. Okay, dude. This is nobody's problem, but you not understanding and dealing with reality of yourself. You've lost several steps.
Yeah.
You have no giddy up off the snap. Okay. You know what I mean? So how is it that it's anybody's fault but your own? You not accepting reality. Yeah.
So y'all remember when they asked him last year at the end of the season about is he planning on wanting to come back to this team? He said no comment.
Yeah, he probably he knew then.
Yeah, he saw the writing on the wall.
Right.
He knew then.
Just like we knew him, and I already knew Justin Simmons wasn't coming back. We knew that for sure. But him, yeah.
And this is just another one of them. Another one of these situations where as a player, you got to read the room. As a player, you got to read yourself. As a player, you got to know when it's time to fold it, pack it up, clean out your locker, and head on to the crib.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna say this.
What's that?
It does not make you less of a man to know when it's time.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And I've watched so much football, and I've seen a lot of guys that stuck it out, trying to hang on, trying to recapture, trying to, keep that glory. Had it. No.
When it's time to go, it's time to go.
Hey, look. You saw Grump to peace.
When he took that hit,
okay.
I already said, yeah, it's time for me to go.
And look, we're gonna be having this same conversation when the season over about Cam Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he out of there. He out of there.
He should retire this year.
Cause y'all noticed the first game of the season, Taylor McGarry had that man in a chokehold, boy.
Man, look, I I feel sorry for that man. He should have filed assault charges on Caleb and Chris Lindstrom.
Assault and battery charges.
Hey, he should have filed assault charges. Listen, when you as a defensive lineman check yourself out the game,
yeah, you done. You done for. You done for.
Coach, Red Rock,
We out the game.
Red Rock.
Let's go.
I'm not. I wasn't ready.
No, pineapples, no.
Hey, why do y'all think Carolina let Clowney go? For a reason, right?
Is I don't know. I think it. Number one, his pay.
Yeah.
And as much as he's tried to escape the injury prone tag, it's been hard. It's been hard for him too. And I kind of feel sorry for him because he's really tried, you know what I'm saying, to be in shape and it's, you know, and not have those injuries. I mean, the kid, he's a hell of a player when he's healthy. He is. But these freak accidents and these, you know, keep happening.
Some fans want him in Atlanta, y'all.
No.
Hell no.
No, thank you.
We don't need to be paying, you know what I'm saying, luxury tax insurance for a train wreck. No, not at all.
We have two of him already in Atlanta. Think about this. We have Floyd, who is a veteran, and we got JPJ, who is a rookie. We don't need him.
Yeah. And, you know, and Carolina drafted, you know what I'm saying, some guys, and you know, it made sense. It made sense, you know. So now, Christy, be nice. Be nice. Christy, be nice. Chris,
we already done two train wrecks.
We already have two train wrecks.
Thank you, Christy. Thank you. We good on that. No.
You be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Now, Christy, that is something I want to, you know, because somebody, this person made a statement of us scapegoating Kurt for Raheem Morris, and if anybody's been watching us over this past season and going into the off season, you all know where we stood, you know what I'm saying, on Raheem Morris and this situation. Now, first of all, to begin with, I didn't want Raheem to begin with. I
know. I remember you said you wanted Belichick.
Okay, that's first and foremost. Second, like I said on my video show that I dropped earlier, look, whether it was common knowledge, known to the coach staff, known to the front office that he was injured or not, okay, you know what I'm saying, that whole situation, Raheem stood there and watched because everybody saw what we saw.
Yeah.
In those 4 games, everybody saw what we saw. There was definitely something wrong. And now on the hit in question, on that arm, on that shoulder, okay, you know, he couldn't throw Stone Mountain in the ocean. 10 interceptions, 1 touchdown in 5 games. Come on, folks. What are we talking about here? Why is it so hard for, you know what I'm saying, for people to hold Raheem Morris accountable for his dumbness, for his Homer Simpsonness.
Oh, I got a
You know what I'm
question.
saying? For his dope moments.
Oh, I got a question. So let me ask you this. So had we not Bill Belichick, would we have these same problems?
Oh hell no.
Thank you.
Oh hell no.
No, his message would be the problem.
Don't think. And all these people say, "Oh, he old
Yeah,
man. He can't do it no
I
more."
said it. Yes, I said it. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't gonna let that go over my head. Nope,
What's
nope.
that? What'd you say?
His mischief would be the problem. He all over the internet.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Look, listen.
I'm good.
Look,
Thank you.
I'm gonna pass.
look.
You good? You pass on that?
I'm good.
Yes, Christy, his Homer Simpsonness. Yes,
Yep.
yes, yes,
And with
yes.
that.
Until Raheem does something of a professional football head coach.
Gonna be continue to be Homer Simpson.
Okay, he's gonna be Homer Simpson.
Right.
He is gonna be Homer Simpson.
Hey,
You know.
hey, Anthony. Hey, at least if Bill was here, he would have set a standard here that we never had. I'm just saying.
Look,
You know.
a couple of reasons as to why people are afraid of Bill Belichick, because he comes in and he does things a certain particular type of way.
Right.
It's me and a GM. We don't need nothing else.
Right.
I'm gonna put this coaching staff together. We gonna build this defense. I'm gonna get me a quarterback, and
Yep.
we're gonna build the offensive line. We're gonna run the ball when needed, and we're gonna develop an offense. That has been him. Okay, and you can't one thing you can't fault. You know what I'm saying? Bill Belichick with. He's a stickler for talent, and he plays basic football. He coaches basic football.
And he don't mind getting in your ass either.
That too. That too.
Don't give a damn who you are.
Okay, so I mean,
So
but it
hold
is
on.
what it is. He's in North Carolina right now, so
Right. I mean, if I had an opportunity to hire somebody with 7 chips, I would. I'm just saying.
facts. You know, um, and then for all you people instead of still running around here and wanna blame front office for what I'm saying, for coaching dumbness.
They need. I'm gonna tell you what they
Shut
need. Hold on, listen. I'm gonna
shut
say
the fuck
you need to jump off a bridge, go jump in a river, and sit there. Just sit in the water.
in Wyoming,
Yeah, right there. Just sit in the water.
where it's 42 below right now.
Freeze that dumb shit out your head.
I mean, I just wanted to, what I'm saying, speak on that, what I'm saying, Matthew Judan's little pity party, um, and the lack of common sense. And a lot of people wanting to run around here and blame Terry for coaching dumbness.
I'm saying it
You
again.
know,
Does Terry? Let me
it,
ask you. Does Terry coach in the field or his job up top?
man, he's a GM and scout, one of the top scouts in the league.
I've never heard of that case blame a GM for bad coaching. Besides ours.
Um, and you can't say he's not doing his job, because a lot of times people that complain about this team, they start They started saying, well, it's too much talent on this team. Okay, well, if it's too much talent on this team, why are you blaming Terry Fontenot for anything?
Thank you.
You know, I'm just saying, why is Terry Fontenot name coming up in coaching situation debacles? Why is that?
That's all I heard, y'all. Oh, if Terry don't get it right this year, he need to be fired. No excuses. Fuck out of here.
Now, we're not going to discuss prideful people today. You know, I'm just saying. I'm through. You know, what I'm saying, giving ignorant people shine.
Right.
I'm over that. I'm over that. You know, because you know when you start a sentence with "it's too much talent on the team," and then turn around and say, "Well, Terry Fontenot ain't doing his job," you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, all 99.9% of y'all out out here throwing a parade after day one of the draft.
Oh, we
y'all
know.
ain't care about nothing else. As long as we drafted a Georgia player, y'all ain't care about nothing else. I'm gonna give it Terry reply. His seat ain't all that hot no more. We finally dropped somebody from Georgia. Shut the fuck up.
Y'all remember this? Oh, the fact that it's the first time we drafted a Georgia player tell you how serious this franchise is. Man, shut the hell up.
You know, you can't. If you're basing your perspective of a franchise on what school they draft players from.
What
the hell
they supposed to mean? That don't mean shit.
I mean, so I ask the question again. So if Philadelphia is not drafting people from Penn State, does that mean they're not serious?
Right.
If New England is not drafting people from Boston College, that means they're not serious. If the 49ers or the Chargers or you know what I'm saying are not drafting people from USC or UCLA, does that mean they're not serious? If New Orleans is not drafting anybody from LSU, does that mean they're not serious about football? I'm and Brian people facts. His seat was never hot to begin with. But you got these romper room minded, you know what I'm saying, Madden players that play on rookie level with the salary cap off and the trade restrictions off that hit sin on idiotic moronic crap.
What's your saying? You said don't hit sin on stupid shit, right?
Plain and simple. What up, D Sloan? What's happening? Nice to see you again. Hey, for the 20 people that's watching Mr. Right Network right now, you know what I'm saying? Hit that like button for me, please. Please, I love you. I appreciate you for tuning in. I really do. You know, but hit that like button for me. You know what I'm saying? And if you like the conversation, you like the shows, you like the videos, subscribe to Mr. White Network. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's saying.
Who the hell came over his seat was hot in the first place?
Again, I'm not gonna, you know, give shine to prideful people.
No,
just saying.
We ain't gonna be petty.
No.
Don't do it.
No. Now, I want to ask a question for this season coming up. What which Raheem Morris are we gonna get next season? The 6-3 Raheem Morris or the 2-7 Raheem Morris? That would I franchise. What would be your
Y'all got that.
what?
You said,
Nope.
hold on, what you
No.
said?
No. You ain't finna. No. Nope. I'm not falling into that damn
Okay,
trap.
for that chapter today.
Nope. I see what you're doing, but yeah, nope.
He ain't going for that shit today.
Come
I may not be a fucking I may not be a steak knife, but I ain't no damn butter knife.
Oh Lord, here you go with the bullshit.
I mean, it's an easy question.
No,
He don't.
no, it ain't no easy question. No, you see, that's somebody putting leaves on top of a hole in the fucking forest,
Yeah,
hoping that you step on that shit. No. Mm-mm.
Oh, hey, hey.
damn.
Hey, Judge Textbook said, we don't know. It all depends on how Albright takes over the defense.
Mm.
Well, that's a good angle to, you know, go with that. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I mean, because this season, honestly, it's gonna have a lot to do with what this defense does or does not do.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Um, given where we are with the personnel, um, from this season's draft, last season's draft, and the season before that, there is an immense amount of young talent defensively that is here, and this staff they got to put a lot
Yep.
into play. Now, I will say this because I saw I think the assistant linebackers coach um give some early assessments, and one of those early assessments was about, you know what I'm saying, one Trice.
Yeah.
He said that's a very violent young man. You
Ooh, boy.
know, I love that. I'm that gave me a goose. Okay, if he's being violent this early, that means the first thing that you hear about Trice on his comeback, and it has nothing, no negative setbacks, and he's out here all gas, no brakes.
Uh-huh.
You know, hey. Yeah,
Oh,
from what I understand, they had to bring a new blocking shed out because of him.
Yep.
I'm just saying. So, hey, shoot, it is. What up, Xavier? Xavier said, Terry Fronto's job is to acquire the talent. He doesn't coach, and he's not responsible for motivating players to play. Period. The spotlight should be on coaching, player development. Facts. 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 That's it in a nutshell.
Right.
You
Like,
know what
why?
I'm saying?
Why the hell would it? Why does the GM? Why would a GM need to motivate players? You know?
Yeah. So the Texas boy, we have an opportunity to shock the league with the way this team comes out swinging. A team full of young and hungry players. Yeah, we got a bag. We got a bag full of, you know what I'm saying, young, violent, attitude, hungry as, you know what I'm saying, players that have something to prove, you know, and has ill intentions you know what I'm saying, in doing their jobs. You know, I mean, what they're saying about Trice and Walker and Pierce in minicamp right now, I listen. hey, hey, I think one reporter said we might need to have law enforcement on standby at some of these games. Look, yeah, yeah. Look, we need knock some people out. Look, we coming out of games, and there are some opposing players that not finish the goddamn game. Hey, so be it.
Right. Oh yeah, we getting to the point, man. Sick of these damn choir boys.
We need some Eric Harris type energy.
What?
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Well, you talking about thumping?
Woo!
Oh yeah, you seen that? Oh yeah, I know what game you talking about.
Against Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Laid his ass
Yeah.
out.
He changed his name to Chosen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that sink in.
Yeah.
I kind of wish
He got knocked into a name change.
I kind of wish we
Yeah.
kept him, y'all. What y'all think? You think we should have kept him?
Who? Eric Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish we could have. I mean, but that's just the world of business of football. NFL. Brian said, honestly, we got 60 to 65 players that could actually make the roster. Facts.
And we just cut
Facts.
somebody. We just cut somebody yesterday.
Look, there are gonna be some people that might not make this squad that should make this squad because we got just that much talent on this squad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Trice is one of them James Harrison type players. Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Didn't we just cut somebody, y'all? We cut a defensive lineman and what's that wide receiver name? Philip Dorsett.
Yeah, somebody got cut in
Philip Dorsett, and then we brought in a linebacker / special team.
Oh, yeah. They ain't taking the special teams no joke this year, boy.
To control the game and I will manage the game. Man, well, look, we got again the amount of talent here.
Yeah,
that has been accumulated over these last 3 seasons. The last time I seen this amount of talent it was 1997. I'm just saying. And we had the head coach for it because that coach took us to a Super Bowl. God rest his soul, Dan Reeves.
Yes, sir.
Look, I'm trying to remain optimistic with Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to, given the personnel that has been put at his disposal. You got the scripted. You got to script it out to make sense. You got to put guys in positions to, make plays. Put guys in position to succeed. You know what I'm saying? You put guys in position to where they're gonna make plays. Me out here doing stupid stuff. There's no reason why pass rushers should be in coverage. None. It shouldn't be none. I really feel like we had to, with what's in camp, especially up front. There's a 90% probability that we should be able to get get disruptive and get pressure, you know what I'm saying, in our base.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then and then on the back end, if people are not understanding it is showing you, showing you what we have intentions on doing, because we got our ass handed to us last year by some tight ends.
Yeah, boy, we sure
Okay,
did.
with signing Jordan Fuller, and drafting Xavier Watts and Bowman.
Uh-huh.
We plan on, you know what I'm saying, disrupting some tight end. We plan on not being lit up the seams and across the middle and underneath by tight ends.
And y'all, I don't know if y'all watched Billy Bowman in college, boy. He wasn't giving them no easy plays and no tight end. Just saying.
King
Yep.
Richard, what's happening? He says, Albright already said his pass rushers will not be in coverage. He's gonna keep it simple. hey, he better stand on business.
Yeah.
He better stand on business. He better stand on business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, again, given what's on the facility right now, there's no reason why we should have pass rushers in coverage. There's no
Exactly.
reason why we should have linemen, you know what I'm saying, in coverage. We have enough of capable guys in those positions where people should be able to play their natural spot.
Yep.
You know, um, and I hear you. I hear you, George Texas boy. You know what I'm saying, but I'm just pointing out, most notably on last season, and us, doing what we did personnel wise on the back end. You know, no lies told. Tight ends been busting our ass, since 21.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, but you're seeing a concerted effort being made. Um, you know, with the strategy of who and what we drafted.
Yeah.
Um, to put a stop to that. Which is a positive, you know what I'm saying, in my book. It's just, again, it all comes down to how this staff is going to manage this personnel, manage personnel packaging, you know what I'm saying, packaging schemes, formation schemes, and putting these guys in position to make plays, make impacts, be on their keys, all of that across the board. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the 23 eyes that are on this program, hit that like button for your boy. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button for me. You know what I mean? I love you. I appreciate you for tuning in. Please hit that like button. You know, um, but yeah, we the talent that's been accumulated, especially over the last 3 seasons up to this point, something good should happen defensively this upcoming season.
Mm-hmm.
In full out going on the youth movement, getting fresh legs, fresh bodies, capable bodies, drafting impact players, you know, and like I said, one thing I'm not going to be worried about this coming up this next season is our linebacker room. Not because that's one thing that Jeff Albright is good at. He develops linebackers. He does. He does.
Let me ask you this: do you think he would have? You think he would have made Nate Landman better if he stayed?
I mean, he's a certain type of linebacker. He's a run gap guy. Um, uh, it's I'm not gonna say yes or no because who knows? He's not here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so hey, the guys that are, you know, the Bertrands, you know what I'm saying, the Troy Andersons, the Ellises, Evan Ketty, Malone, Burton. I don't know why I'm not saying this guy's name right, but Malik Burton, Nick Kobitz, you know what I'm saying, Trice,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, we got some bodies in here. We got some animals in here. We got some beasts in it. We got some dogs in here. No pun intended. I think things are going to be something dramatically different defensively. You know, the textbook said Gray, Hood, Morris, and the guy who came with Albright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did bring some people with him. Um,
Who is Hood?
he's a linebacker coach.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, Hood works on linebackers and defensive linemen, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken. And we brought in some people, you know what I'm saying, that should change the trajectory of this defense
And we got what's it,
from a
Mike Mack,
coaching standpoint.
the passing game coordinator? What's Mike?
Defensively, yeah, but I'm talking about from the defensive standpoint, as far as the staff is concerned, we brought some people in that should change the trajectory of this defense. There should be some notable changes. Should be some notable differences. You know what
Right.
I'm saying, from the last few years. Um, a couple of those guys came with Albright.
Oh yeah, like
Um, you
yeah.
I know Hood is a Morris guy. But a couple of those guys came with Albright. You know, so I mean, hey, right now we're in a wait and see. I can't wait to get to, you know what I'm saying, you know, sit on the hill at training camp, look at them guys up close. I can't wait for, you know what I'm saying, to get real live game action in preseason, you know, to see, you know, see what Trice is gonna bring, you know, and you know how, you know, Street is gonna improve. See, you know, there's gonna be some fights for certain positions, especially in the linebacker room. It, it's gonna be it, like every caddy better bring his hard hat and lunch pail if he wants to stay on this team. To say
Who is
that
it?
much,
Who is that?
Evan Caddy.
Okay.
Um,
He on
He,
because
he was coming on towards the end of the season.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, him and Malone both played their way into some positions. Um, now, yeah, Joshua Simon is gonna make life easy for Kyle, or he's gonna make life hard for Kyle, or both. Just, you know, you understand what I'm saying. Um, you know, as far as the tight end room goes, Michael. But yeah, we got some beasts. We got some players. You know what I'm saying? And remember this too. Last 3 years, last 3 years, every undrafted free agent class that Terry has signed up has made the team.
Yeah.
All right, has made the team. So I'm just saying, for for those that are watching, what I'm saying, and trying to get a good grasp on, the set and the setup,
Yeah.
Hey, but we gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Y'all guys give your final takes.
My final take is Matt Judan, shut the fuck up.
I co-sign that.
That's
I
all.
third that.
Shut your
Yeah.
ass up. You ain't got
Yeah.
no fucking. You ain't got no fucking job. Why the hell are you just not talking? Just shut the hell up.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
got.
Franchise. What's your final word there, brother?
Hey, all I'm gonna say is for all these old ass men that's talking shit, just go ahead wave the white flag.
Right.
I mean, come on, bro. We had to trade for your bitch ass, and now you over here talking shit. Go ahead, bro. Go on. I mean, we already lost a pick for your bitch ass, and you couldn't even give us 7 sacks. Okay. Y'all stay tuned for the tea tomorrow.
Most definitely. It's gonna be some offensive, conversation. Um, gonna be a little bit of Steph Curry conversation too.
Ooh, boy. We'll be staying tuned for
A
that.
little bit, because that's key for that series. Stay tuned for tune in for the tea tomorrow, 4 o'clock. As far as today's, topic, Judan's pity party, which that's exactly what it was. You're in free agent purgatory for a reason. There's a
Right.
reason why anybody called you, invited you in for a workout, tryout, or anything.
Nope.
Your age showed you were pretty subpar on last season against a lot of average right tackles.
Mm-hmm.
And this video documented evidence to all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? For you to try to throw the organization up under the bus, you had of what you said, 2% of that may have been right. You know what I'm saying? There's 98% of the fact, bro. You got pancaked by some average right tackles. You got mauled by some average right tackles. Okay, you got moved out of plays by some average right tackles. And just let that sink in. You know what I'm saying? And for you all, you people that are still out here trying to, put front office, most notably, Terry Fontenot on blast for Raheem Morris's, Homer Simpson moments, go play in traffic. Find something intellectually safe to do. You know what I'm saying? It just
Don't play with grown people either.
So it is what it is on that. We got T coming up tomorrow for, as aforementioned, some Steph Curry conversation, some more, Zach Robinson offensive line conversation on tomorrow. You tune in for that. Hit that like button. If you haven't, joined the station, subscribe to Mr. White Network. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Miss White Network doesn't work without you. You know what I'm saying? I'm very appreciative of the engagement, the dialogue, you know what I'm saying, with these topics that I bring. I appreciate you. And on that note, you know what I'm saying, for the franchise, for the young knight, hey, you got to keep it A. You got to keep it real. Most notably, you got to keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Unholy Alliance, Miss White Network, we out.